All right, guys, welcome back to episode 3 here. We got special guests here today. We got Dom Moore, also known as Godzilla or Domzilla here. So, Dom, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys for having me, man. Saw the first few episodes. I thought I wanted to hop on and just have some fun with you boys.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Well, we're excited to have you here. And yeah, so just tell us a little bit about yourself too.
Well, I mean, I'm Dom Moore, obviously. Middle child of five. Shout out my siblings, DJ, Devin, Demita, and Deanna. Shout out my parents, Daniel and Denise. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Went to Perspective Charter Schools. It's a charter school in Chicago. Um, Anthony Davis's alma mater as well, for those who don't know and for the viewers who are watching. Went to Eastern Illinois out of Perspectives. Balled there for a little bit before transferring to Davenport University. Um, had played 2 seasons there, and then declared for the draft. And here I am as a pro.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So, just let's go over a bit of your high school career here. So, went to Perspectives High School, had a pretty good career there. You see, you were a three-star recruit, and you had a bunch of offers here. So can you kind of talk us through that and all the offers you had?
Yeah.
And what offer
There's
were
a
you most excited about getting? I
Yeah,
don't think we.
uh, yeah. I would definitely say the University of Illinois offer.
Okay.
Like simply because it was one of my dream Big Ten schools. And then the NIU that came shortly after. But I mean, I obviously like I love NIU and everything. I just like when I got the University of Illinois offer, I thought like, yo, it's over with. My recruitment is getting shut down. I'm with the Illini, but
That's wraps.
yeah, it was reps. But things didn't really work out in that favor. And I mean, I'm blessed with the road I took. And like I said, countless offers. And I kind of got them because I was really a nobody my freshman and sophomore year. I'll admit that. So I really didn't like sprout till my junior year. That's when my name started to blow up in the city and in the state. And then even nationally, like the national attention kind of caught me off guard. So um like just having that opportunity, being blessed to, be in these rooms and go to these camps with these 4 stars, 5 stars, and competing against the best of the best, to show that, teams like Alabama, teams like, Georgia and all these other P5 bigger schools, like, hey, like these 3 stars, we can ball too. So, it was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed the recruiting process.
You want to list all the offers that you did get?
New Mexico, Central Michigan, Eastern Illinois, obviously.
Mm.
Um, it's vivid. I mean, Iowa State was
Yeah, those
they
are the main
offered,
ones.
yeah. It was the ones I could just remember off bat.
Yeah.
Those teams, yeah.
And now, um, word on the street or the last podcast that got recorded with no audio. You were a three-star recruit, according to Rivals, and the 29th ranked player in Illinois in 2019. And you were mentioning how you were a zero star, you were nothing, and then you went to like one Rivals camp, and then after that, you kind of just
Yeah, like I said, that one camp really changed my life because simply like I wasn't expecting to be invited back to that camp, right?
mm,
So the camp took place the day after a rival showcase, right? And the showcase wasn't had it really didn't have much to do with colleges. I would say it was just to showcase yourself, showcase your 40, and showcase you being able to do simple football drills, right? So then to get the invite to the camp where these guys are going to be competing, where these colleges are going to be watching, I was like,
mm,
whoa, like it was big for my family, So like I said, I tried to stay humble when it came to that. And then when I went into the camp, I went in with that mindset of nobody knows who I am. Go in there and shock the world. Go in there and line up with these 4 stars, 5 stars. Go in there and you know have that energy and match others' energy, and then let everybody else know like, hey, I'm here. I was nobody yesterday,
mm.
but y'all know me today. So that's kind of what that was my mindset going into that camp, and then after that, like I said, it pretty much just took off from there. So
Did anything change when you went from a 0 star to a 3 star? Like, did people start treating you differently, or kind of how did you handle that? Going from 0 star to 3 star.
Um, I would say like, and I didn't mention this before. So like in high school, it was different because again, as I mentioned, Anthony Davis went pro for basketball. Nobody's done it from my high school for football. I mean, but me now, right? So I kind of like, I don't want to say I took on that responsibility to like do it, but I was just like, I'm getting looked at differently now, right? Nobody, had a real Division 1 football offer from perspectives, so I was just like, I gotta move a little different. I gotta, treat this a little different, while staying humble. I made sure my humility never changed. I made sure I didn't get too big headed at all, even with all the national attention and recruiting attention I was getting. I made sure to remain humble and, keep the main thing, which is at the time, my high school and everything that, came after that. So I would say nothing really changed with me. It was just like in high school, like I just took on a different responsibility for, wanting to be a pro football player and wanted to play Division 1 football since no one in perspectives has done it.
It's awesome. So obviously you went to Eastern Illinois, had all these offers from all these bigger Power 5 schools here, but you chose Eastern Illinois. Why? And what did Coach Cushing say to you?
It was
Baby,
man, it
baby.
was it was the I mean, give him a shout out. Shout out Coach Cush, man. Shout out Coach Cush. It
Shout
was
out Coach Cush.
yeah, so it was the people, it was the people of Charleston. I would say it was the coaching staff at the time. The D-line Coach Gibson, he played a really, big factor into, me wanting to go to EIU and grow as a football player and as a man at the same time. So yeah, I would say like the people of Charleston, the coaching staff, and they made it a really home feeling. Like I went on an unofficial visit there a couple of times, and every time I went, the players treated me like I was already on the team. Like I just post like, hey, I'm headed to Charleston tomorrow. The guys were excited for me to come. They like, hey, can't wait to see you. What's your game plan? What do you got going on? Link up with us and all that. So, I would just say like the people and the teammates that we had, really made it feel like I was already a part of the team and really played into my decision, which became a really easy decision.
Who
And then,
hosted you on your official visit?
uh, So I had three hosts. It was crazy. I had three
Oh
hosts.
shit.
I had Jalen Banks,
Okay.
Terrell Greer, and then
Okay.
Aaron Woods. Aaron Woods. I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, yeah, bro. I had three hosts. So it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. They
Still got motion.
When did you realize you were like, shit, I got motion, twin? Since birth.
yeah, bro. I mean, I went around. They took me all around Charleston. So it was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun official.
And then when you were down here, who was your first landlord?
uh I mean, the man in the screen next to you, Jonah. Jonah. That's the story. So our freshman year, me and this kid McKinley. Me and McKinley, McKinley, Jonah. Me and McKinley
Yeah.
are, two pretty broad human beings. Like we're pretty swole. All right. So us in the small rooms at Douglas Hall, dorm out in Charleston, it really didn't match. Like when we decided to choose roommates, we didn't think of that. We didn't think of us being two huge human beings in those small dorms. So we tried to thug it out, for part of the first semester. Um, but then I was like, bro, I need space. Like I need to breathe, right? Like I can't do my nightly push-ups because you're finishing yours, and it's just like, dude, like I'm trying to knock mine out so I can go to sleep. It was difficult. So I remember one night, man, you know how loud Douglas Hall is, especially like when we were there, us being the football players. Some of us made it loud. So I was on a phone call, and I think it was with my dad. And I was on the first floor, and the first floor was pretty chaotic with us, being the football team on the first floor. So um, I'm just on the first floor. I'm like, bro, I gotta find somewhere to just, talk to my pops. So I happened to get to your room, and it was unlocked. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll just go in here, talk real quick, and then, dip because I don't want to be in anybody's room. So I'm in there. I'm talking to my dad. I just happen to gaze around the room and I see Bartlett. I'm like, who do I know that goes to Bartlett? Right? Like I know someone that goes to Bartlett. It's just not like, clicking. So then I see like a picture of you like throwing the football in a Bartlett uniform. I'm like, oh, J.O. So I'm like, okay, let's see. He doesn't seem to be living here right now. So I'm like, you know what? I'll talk to him about it. So I guess we talked about it and, you gave me your keys or whatever. But then I guess like a couple weeks later or something, the landlord, or not the landlord, but the RA, he saw me walking into the room. He saw me with the keys to the room. And what made it even crazier was that he was the RA for the floor that I lived on originally. Right. So he knows where I live. Right. So I'm just like, oh man. He's like, what are you doing with those keys? And I'm just like, I don't know what to say right now. I'm kind of like in a dilemma. So I just open the door and he can see that I'm fully moved in. All right. And it's also that time of night where I'm not going to move out. It's too late for that. I don't want to. I'm too tired for that. All right. So I'm calling. I'm like, bro, what do I do, bro? So my guy Elk walks by. Elk, he's like, bro, what happened? I was like, bro, I'm getting kicked out. It's not even my room. So I'm like, bro, what do I do? He was like, did you call Jonah? So I call you. I'm like, I didn't even think to call you. Right. So I call you. You show up about 15 minutes later. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to drag you from wherever you were, bro. I'm sorry. Right. So we hash it out. We go to the housing people or whatever. We hash it out. They just made me your roommate in that situation. And they just understood that you weren't gonna be there. So I was like, bro, I'll just start paying you $60 a month for the room, bro. So I'm like, cool. And then luckily, thankfully, the refund checks, I was on a full scholarship. So the refund checks and, the stipends and everything extra that I was getting, it didn't really hurt the pockets too much because I was good. So that $60, I was just like, bro, here, like, I'll just pay you $60 a month to just live here. So, I got a bigger room. I got my own room and I got a roof over my head. So
Can't beat it.
yeah.
Where
That
were you
stipend
staying during this
when that
time,
stipend
Jonah?
hit. What do you say?
Where were you staying during this time? Where were you
I
at?
I had an apartment off campus. I was not a dorm guy. I
Yeah.
lived in the dorms for fall camp. It was fun, but yeah, I got an apartment off campus and then I was chilling there. But yeah, when those stipends hit, man, that's you feel like you're the king of the world. You're
Yeah.
swimming in money.
And it came at the most unexpected time, bro. Like bro, you're getting out of a workout with Coach Roscoe at 5 a.m. You see that refund hit, it's like 6 a.m. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go buy McDonald's. Right?
Yeah.
So
Buy the whole damn
yeah,
store now.
exactly, bro. Those were blessings.
Shout out Coach Orozco. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
R.I.P. to
Yep.
GOAT.
Great guy. Great guy.
Oh, I was just gonna say, now you want to walk us through a little bit how playing at Eastern here at a small FCS school, you were able to, well, you transferred to Davenport, but you were able to parlay that into going pro, playing arena ball, for Washington, and just kind of what was that like? And as a smaller player at a relatively small school, just how you were able to do that and get your name out there.
Um, I mean, I'm not hard to find. If you see me in public, I'm 6'8",
Oh, oh,
three
sure.
three yeah 330. So like I kind of like went into every
Bro
practice.
messaged me. Sorry to interrupt, but bro messaged me after the last time we did this when the audio got screwed up because he said he was 6'7". He was like, "Bro, I just remeasured or something. I'm actually 6'8". I was like,
it,
Bro just had to let me know." I was like, "That's crazy."
bro. It caught me off guard. I had to like do it twice because I'm 6'8". No way, right? So I'm like, all right, but I went into every game, every practice with that mindset of being the biggest player on the field, but having to play be the lowest player on the field as well.
Mhm.
So I would say, my explosiveness and my, energy, it played a lot into my gameplay as well. But then at the same time, I just wasn't really getting no playing time at EIU, right? As much as I really wanted to. So I decided to take a risk on myself, and I always bet on myself. So when I did that, when I hit the portal, Davenport was one of the first few teams to hit me up. But it was kind of crazy because Davenport hit me up right when it was a couple other, in conference schools, wanting to offer, and I'm like, I just don't want to sit that year, because I know I would have to. So, jumping from a D1 to a D2, coaches kind of were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm taking a risk on myself." And then when I went to Davenport, the coaching staff there, they're an amazing coaching staff. Shout out to head coach Sparky McEwen, and then at the time, the recruiting coordinator slash D line coach, Coach Lucas Mello. Those guys were real. Like they told me, we know you're playing. Like you want to play pro ball, right? So we develop, right? And once I heard that, I'm like, okay, I'm here. And at the same time, I was playing both sides of the field. I was O lineman and D lineman, right? So it was really just about where do I want to play, So when they developed me at both, it was kind of up to me to make my decision when it finally came down to it to go pro. And when I first started at Davenport, I was a D lineman, and then my second year, I moved over to O line. And then I felt like I did better at O line than D line, so I was like, I'm just gonna stick with O line. And then you think about like just being like a prospect, the prospect of it. There aren't many 6'8", 320 offensive tackles or left tackles in Division II football, right? That play the way I play, right? So you see that's like a hidden gem, right? That's a diamond in the rough, right? So I kind of went into that with that mindset as well. Whenever I declared to go pro, and after that, I mean, obviously, like I put my name in the 2024 draft, but I didn't get drafted or nothing. So I played for one arena team in Iowa that didn't work out in my favor. It was just a terrible situation for me to be in, and Iowa, I mean not Iowa, but Washington picked me up a week later, and we're like, "Yo, we want you out here. We want you to ball for us." So they added me into the game plan immediately, and we took off from there. And I mean, I'm ready for year 2 now.
Want to talk to us a little bit then about your kind of, I would say your hidden talent, but not really. I guess it was what your major was when you're at school here. What people might not guess about you by looking at you.
I was a theater major. I was a theater performing arts major at EIU. Davenport didn't really have it. They didn't have the theater program, so I had to kind of change it to, sports management.
Sure.
But yeah, I was a theater major at EIU. I want to be an actor. If football doesn't work out, God forbid. But yeah, I mean, I was a theater major. I want to be an actor. I love to act. I love movies. I love TV. So and I'm pretty much of a character. You give me a script, you give me 15 minutes to learn that full script, and just say lights, camera, action, and I go from Dom to whoever I need to be. So yeah, I've always loved acting, movies, all that. My idols are Denzel Washington, Idris Elba. So yeah, and Chadwick Boseman. Those are just to name a few. But yeah, I was a theater major.
Who would play you in a movie?
Who would play me in a movie?
Who would play you?
I would. I got a younger cousin. I think you met him at EIU. My younger cousin Jacoby. He would play me simply because like he's been, or my little brother. Simply because like they've been a part of my life. My whole entire life. So they kind of, pick up on my mannerisms. They pick up on, how I am, and, they know me. So I feel like those two would play me in a movie. I don't know anybody now that could really play me in a movie other than me. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'd probably say Shaq, maybe.
Easy,
He shot the fool. What?
Easy.
He shot the fool.
Say what?
He shot the fool.
What?
He can't be coached.
Shut the hell up. Get ready, Chuck.
Just because it's big as fuck. But that's about it.
You got to give Shaq a mohawk.
Yeah, literally.
What are your favorite things to do in your downtime? You said you kind of just like to chill and have fun with like good people. What, playing video games or what's your thing?
Yeah, I mean, I play video games. I mean, I'm on college football right now. I just
Oh, there we go.
stepped off to hop on with you guys. But I like to sleep, work out. Just pretty much the stuff that people do when they have a lot of free time. Just the boring things. I'm not really on my phone type of guy. I mean, I have two different phones. I have one for my apps, and then one for my this is my personal phone. So like I rarely touch the phone that has my my apps on it, like TikTok, Twitter, or X, Snapchat, all that. I rarely touch that phone. I'm always on my personal phone. But other than that, I'm usually
I got two phones.
just working out, on the game or just just chilling, just being a chill guy.
What's your go-to team in college football right now?
My go-to team in college football.
Mhm.
Wow. I don't want to. Nah, I'm not gonna say that team because it'll be disrespectful to Jonah. Sorry, Jonah. Colorado.
But
Colorado. I'm gonna hop
oh,
on. Yeah.
oh,
So
what?
yeah. I mean, I'm not bandwagoning or anything, but I'm a Deion Sanders fan. I was when he was at Jackson, I was a Jackson fan. Right.
Yeah,
So I would say
can't hate on that.
Colorado. I would say Colorado. South Carolina kind of surprised me this year. I like the way they play.
Mhm.
But I got to root against them when they play Illinois in the Cheez-It Bowl. Um, so yeah, I would say Colorado and South Carolina are two of my fun teams to watch.
What are
Sorry,
your
this is just the
yeah?
best Colorado team there is right there.
Who do you have winning the Natty this year?
Um,
And then who's your Heisman too?
Travis Hunter is the Heisman. Um, who do I have winning the Natty? This may irritate some people. It may shock some people. I got Penn State, bro.
Penn
I got
State. Okay.
I got I
Interesting,
got I
interesting.
got Penn State shocking the world and doing something that I just got them shocking the world, bro. They played a hell of a game against Oregon. So it's going to be
Yeah.
different because this is playoff football now.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
fair.
it just means more. So I got Penn State, shocking the world. They got an amazing defense, obviously.
Mhm.
Which they always have. I've never heard of a bad Penn State defense. Um, well, I don't know, bro. Like second, I got Georgia, just because it's Georgia. Georgia in the playoffs. But yeah, those two teams, Penn State and Georgia. And if they play each other, I got Penn State winning. Because we don't know how Carson Beck's gonna feel
Yeah.
against a like I said, a dominant Penn State defense, and a dominant Penn State defensive line in front seven. So we'll see. But I got Penn State winning it all.
Gotcha. I think this is Jonah and I's Heisman. I could be wrong.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's my second. He's my second.
Who
I
are the
think
finalists? It's Travis Hunter, Genchi, whatever the
Genty,
hell his name is,
Dylan
and then
Gabriel.
Dylan
Cam
Gabriel,
Ward, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Okay, I
Cam
like
Ward.
Cam Ward
Okay.
too.
Yeah. Mr.
I
Nonchalant.
I think Travis Hunter is going to win it, but
Yeah.
I want Gentry to win. Genchi.
Yeah, I'm the same
I
way.
think he's the best, but
Bro,
it's
I
hard
don't
to beat.
know, bro.
You want to talk about shocking the world and everything. Boise State is like kind of a mid football program. He just took them to the top of the map in one season.
Oh yeah, exactly. So they're gonna play some real competition in the playoffs, and whoever they play is gonna shut the run game down. Right? They weren't playing no real competition in the Mountain West. I mean, no disrespect to the Mountain West at all, but like, come on, bro.
It's
Come
not
on.
the SEC. The SEC, that's for sure.
Exactly. So when you got to go to the playoffs and see these Big 10, Big 12 SEC schools, will Ashton Genty be the same?
They played a
That's
big
fair.
school though earlier in the year, and he fucking did good. I forget.
It was Oregon. It was Oregon.
It was Oregon.
It was Oregon.
He did pretty solid, but
Yeah, I think that
I'm
was their only loss, and it was on like a game-winning field goal too. So
Yeah.
they're in real competition. They
I
hang
mean,
in there.
like I said, that's also why Penn State is my,
Yeah.
pick to win it all because, going in a dogfight against Oregon, the number one team in the country, no losses, and putting up a fight for that long, in the Big Ten championship at that too. So, that's like if Oregon has to see Penn State again, Penn State's gonna win. All right, that's my opinion.
Jonah, who do you have winning the Natty?
Oh, that's a tough question. I want Indiana to win because their head coach is freaking awesome, man. But I think, I mean, going with my gut, I'm gonna go. I freaking hate Texas, but I think Texas or Oregon's gonna win. It's between them. I hate Texas because I'm an Oklahoma fan, but I like Quinn Ewers and I like Sark.
But you just
You know
know.
what? You know what? I'm going Indiana. Fuck the other two teams. I'm going Indiana.
I have Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame taking it. I don't really like
Ooh,
Notre Dame,
Okay.
but I got Notre Dame.
ooh. I think they play each other too to open it up. Notre
Yeah,
Dame and
yeah.
Yeah,
Indiana.
they do.
That's interesting.
Okay, let's switch over here to your arena football career here so far.
Yes.
So obviously you went to an Iowa team. Was it the Iowa Rampage, right?
Yep, the Rampage.
Iowa Rampage, right? And now you're at the Washington Wolfpack. So I guess what's some of the biggest differences from regular 11-on-11 football from or is arena 7-on-7? What how many guys play in
Yeah,
arena?
if you want to say yeah.
Because
It's
three
some,
linemen, right?
yep, three linemen.
Quarterback, running back. I what? Nine.
It's
Is
like
this
nine
still
on nine,
11?
I would say.
Is it okay?
It's like nine
Yeah.
on
So
nine.
like, what are the biggest
Um,
differences and stuff?
I would say the game is way faster. Um, and that plays into like, me as an athlete in my position, right? I know I can't take I like in 11-on-11. If I see a wide defender, I'm taking a wide kick step, right? And in arena, I got to take a quick kick step and punch, right? So I would say it's much faster because these guys are different. Like seeing the arena game and pretty much comparing it to the outside game, I'd say these guys are some of the best athletes in the world, right? Simply because again, we play the game at a faster pace. I feel like we're more physical because we're in a congested area too. So it has to be, a lot more physical. You see guys getting thrown over the wall, guys
Hmm.
running into the wall. And that's what makes the game fun, I would say too, right? You don't
Oh
get
yeah.
to throw nobody over a wall in an 11-on-11. I mean, you can throw them out of bounds. It doesn't mean much. The guy gets up. Some guys don't get up from a a throw over the wall. And that's what makes it fun. So I would say like I said, the faster gameplay, and then like learning everything. I feel like I had to learn everything pretty much quicker than I have when I played 11-on-11, right? Because like I said earlier, when I came out to Washington and they threw me into the game plan, I pretty much had a day and a half really, because I came on a Tuesday, we played on a Thursday. Like I had a day and a half to pretty much learn the whole game plan, learn the entire thing, and some of the calls and how everything's structured. I'm like, okay, this is pretty simple. So yeah, it's just the faster gameplay, the more physical, or the physicality I would say is higher than it is outdoors. I would say that's my opinion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So for this season, I would say, because I don't like to really look too far ahead. But
Sure.
for this season, I would just be like, just go 1-0 every week with my teammates, with my team. Go 1-0 every week, knowing that we're probably in the second hardest conference in our league right now, right? So because we have the league champions in our league, so if we can beat those guys, just go 1-0 every week against them, we're in a pretty good spot. And then overall, just make national noise as far as UFL, CFL, and NFL. Just pretty much just put myself out there with my gameplay. Um, and then come August, September, I plan on being in the NFL or the UFL or the CFL. I just know I want to be back outdoors in one of the major leagues. Um, so that's kind of like what I'm holding myself to. That's how that's my daily motivation. Just make this season one that everyone will talk about because of you. You know what I'm saying? So just go out there and play hard, play fast, play my style of football, and have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much like where I see myself. As far as this season and this upcoming year. In 3 years, like I said, who knows? Hopefully in the NFL. And I got a whole alphabet of stuff I can do if the NFL isn't in my favor. Um, but yeah, right now I just see myself, focusing on this season, getting ready for this season, and looking to have an amazing season to go back outdoors.